that'll do. Let's get some music. Get some music on. I feel like my lighting is off a little bit. And go with it. Chill beats for your coffee. See, hopefully that's not the worst. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me know if this music's too loud. It's a little closer to you guys than it is to me. Hello, hello. We got Pumera, Supernova, Sonabella. It's kind of a ring to all these names kind of put together. I feel like I'm in a spa. Let's go, Wild Granny. Face Wood Burnin. Have I seen your work? Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn. I know that's too loud. How's that? Let me know if it's too much. How you guys doing? Country bougie and busy. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, guys. Let me get opened up on the thing. I've been awake for like since 7 or something this morning. You guys know I work nights, and so that's like super butt crack of dawn to me. And still, this last like 15 minutes, I was like, oh shoot, it's time. Gotta go get ready and stuff. And so we made it. We made it. And we're talking. Let me unpin this. I want to check. Let me have a peek at this wood burning real quick. Oh, it's not on there. Face wood burning. Face wood burning. We're going to talk about profile bios today. If anybody is tracking the YouTube channel, there was a short version of it, intro version, yesterday. Still dabbling with the sequence order of operation, but you would have got a sneak peek. And it is a topic that we've gone over before, but oh, that one. Okay. Okay, I have seen this work. Very good. Very good. Okay, let me hop back into the show. Let me get focused, you guys. Let me get focused. A little bit of update. I haven't been here since the shipping update, since our last was it a blog post, helped out whatnot, terms and service, whatever, our shipping update. NZ, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Okay, now we're open there. So I haven't been here. I think we were here last Tuesday, and then that shipping update maybe happened on Wednesday. And I did post a video about that too, but I figure we could open with remarks on that. There's not really any other like updates for the app. I don't think. Let me double check. No, no real updates, nothing like present moment, just that. And so I was like, yeah, maybe we'll touch on that just a little bit. I know everyone and their moms had like chat shows about it, and I believe everybody's up to speed by now. But as always, there's always like a unique kind of take on it over here. And so I was like, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. A little bit. But otherwise, it's gonna be all about bios. Pretty easy topic, just some things that like should be in our bios and things that I think we kind of sleep on. A little bit of do's and don'ts, maybe. And so we'll see how far this topic goes. I do want to stick to a 2 hour, remind myself each week and be better about sticking to the 2 hour mark for these shows. So we're going to plan on being here for about 2 hours, but let me see what else we even have. I know our shout out today is live right now, but the shout out mainly because of the community support immediately upon the shipping update being released is the archivist. I don't know if anyone caught her show, but she was up, I want to say like within the hour or two doing a chat show. And, she's like reads all the terms of service type of person and just really skimmed through it, educated herself on like the full update, and then went live with this kind of like, keep calm, we're going to get through this kind of a thing. Love to love you. Welcome in. Oh, that just reminded me. I need to make sure. I think we're multicasting on the YouTube. I always forget. So bad. The worst. I'm the worst YouTube streamer. You guys. Let me see if we're even on there. Let me see. It should be working. I multicast when I forget to, and then I realize I am when I didn't mean to. We are live on YouTube. Let me open that up then, I suppose, as well. Leanne Phoenix, good morning. How you doing? Afternoon. Can't complain. I can't complain. Let me mute this. How are you guys? Mute. There we go. Oh, well, hello, YouTube. From India. Heck yeah. That's what's up. Welcome in. Welcome in. Pacific Northwest, United States here. I just remembered that I was on YouTube. So sorry if you guys said that a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Today's my Monday. Today's my Monday. I've been going to the dentist over and I'm in the middle of the series of dentist appointments so I had to go in and get fillings yesterday. And then I'm getting my wisdom teeth out on all four of them at once on Thursday. And then I'm going in to get Invisalign. And so it's like this order of operation that I keep going like, ugh, I don't want to, but it's like something and you have certain things that you're like, at some point I'm going to make that a priority at some point. So now's the point. And so I'm trying to knock it out during the summer. And so I don't have to I work in the school district, so I don't have to take leave during the year. Tiny, how you doing? Simply Smart Shopping, how you doing? Yeah, really great dentist though. Thank God. We just changed our dentist and they're like, I didn't feel nothing. I kid you not. I was struggling to stay awake as they were like doing fillings. I was like so comfortable and like numbed up, but that I didn't feel nothing. But they weren't like deep or anything, but they did both sides, so, like the whole bottom of my face was numb for like 4 hours. Like maybe 5 hours. I was just like, oh, thank you. Trying to, drink coffee out of a straw and stuff is a whole situation. Thanks for the share, Tony. So with that's a good reminder too. This Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna be ghosting for that and I didn't realize when I scheduled it that it was like 4th of July weekend and you need a couple days or whatever. So um I'll be missing out on the market and the demo this Friday, but back in like the regular schedule Tuesday, come next Tuesday. And so Curly Q, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? So you guys, I put this listing pinned right here to remind myself to announce that Reggie and I, Lilac Bloom, officially made the jump over to the new Raid Train app for Artisan Alley. If anyone hasn't dabbled with that app, it is fan freaking tastic. It is a Raid Train host's dream on so many levels, but for train passengers also, it really is, right? Train passengers too, not even just the host. Built it's built for Whatnot Raid Trains. And so it has like all the tools that we need. It has all the little things that Sign Up Genius sucks. You guys, that's such a just love-hate relationship with Sign Up Genius because it's just the ads and it's so slow. And it's like when you're trying to um organize raid trains out of Sign Up Genius, it's just such a pain because it's not built for it. Yes, all the good nuances, they're all there. And Darren Thriftworks, he just keeps evolving it with the feedback we give him and stuff. And it's amazing. We were gonna do it for the August Artisan Alley because that is Artisan Alley lands on National Thrift Shop Day. And so we were like, oh, well, thrift shop cards, we're going to do that. And then it's going to be a whole thing. And so that's a good cue to hop over there. But I was trying to do like signups for July's like paper crafts alley, which is the link. There's a QR code for July's, which is like all the paper crafts in the second photo in this listing. If anyone is a paper crafter in here, or if you know someone, it's like shareable now. And so you can just go in there and read what it's about and all that good stuff. But yeah, I was trying to do the sign up in Sign Up Genius for the paper crafts and it kept freezing. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to flip this table over. I am done. I was like, Reggie, can we just switch? And she said, yeah, let's go switch. And so that's the first thing is that Artisan Alley is on Raid Train app. So is, if anyone didn't see, it is full now, but Coastal Creations Raid Train, which I think is Friday. Friday is Arts and Handmade Train hosted by Lilac Bloom, and that's going to be awesome. Reggie always has like the greatest like lineups in her trains, and it's always like super positive. Like she curates very well, which part of the reason why I love working with her. But stay tuned for that. And then also the cool thing with Raid Train app, since we're on this tangent, I'll try to dive in like 4 minutes. I aim for the 15 mark. Welcome in, welcome in. Is it Lingen? No, Lynn Gonzalez. Lynn, welcome in. Oh, let me turn this down. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say about that? Raid Train. Something else about the Raid Train app. Artisan Alley. I lost it. I think I lost it. But also, oh, that you can search arts and handmade trains. You guys, did we all know this? You can search for the kind of trains that you're interested in. And so you don't have to like go scour and peruse and word of mouth, try to find all the hosts and all that good stuff. You can literally just type in handmade and it just pulls up the arts and handmade trains and tells you who's hosting, shows you what spots are available, like all the info. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. My daughter's messaging me. The other thing with the last thing with Raid Train app is that Battle of the Best July just posted this morning about an hour ago, and Auntie Billy, welcome in. And so any artist, handmade, anybody interested in that, the time is now to go put your application in for it. You get put in like this wait room type of deal, and then when the hosts go through to like pick the people and like um go do their vetting and all that kind of stuff, they just like have a list built in right there. Is that D? D Archivist with the raid. You are just so freaking sweet. Here, let me get you in the box. Let me get you in the box. You're in time. We are just easing on in. Easing on in. Where'd you go? You're right there. D, fantastic. I was let me see. Well, allowed to mod also. I know you've been on for a little bit. Let me push the buttons. There we go. There's that. Yeah, chatting a little bit and then I was lurking in the background, just kind of like multitasking. I was multitasking. Fantastic show though. You were actually the shout out today, D. We were talking about, I was almost going to talk about shipping today, and I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. And so we're talking about profile bios. So it's a real easy topic that we're just going to kind of share some staples of our bios, some do's and some don'ts of just like anecdotally what I see in this kind of stuff. And let's do, you guys, giveaway running in D's honor for a giftable card. I'm going to give you a mod, just no pressure mod, but let's get you a tiny hat there. And you guys, welcome in, welcome in. Let me go in order. We're easing into it. I don't know why this weekend seemed really long to me. It's like 4 days off. It feels like a Monday to me. I was just sharing that I was like at the dentist yesterday, and so I didn't go to work, and I was just like kind of off. I was just doing random stuff on saw me on YouTube. Yay! Yeah, the YouTube video yesterday was on this topic. And so if anyone caught that, we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about the same thing. Tober, you get a tiny hat as well, allowed to moderate. If anybody is new, I do see some new names to me. Let me not be rude and introduce myself real quick. The giveaway is for a thank you card or a birthday card, something like that. My name is Tamika of Custom Wood Burning. I do heat gun art like this. And I've been on the app about 3 years and doing this chat show for like maybe two and some change. And we talk about, it's every Tuesday at noon Pacific. We talk about a different topic related to live selling. So that's what you're coming into. And one topic per month is like a whatnot topic, which they gave us our July topic. And it is, was it attracting buyers? Is that what it was? Let me see. Let me unpin this. I should have checked before I said that, huh? I should have checked. Neighbor, hello. Oh, thank you. You are the stinking sweetest. And thank you for that too. Let me unpin that bad boy. And let me tell you guys the topic because it is a good topic, but otherwise the topic changes each week. And we just kind of sit here for about 2 hours and discuss random things. I do have, so today it's profile bios, but which is like a quickie. But I do have this kind of plan to go through the rest of the summer where there's going to be kind of this like sequence of topics that some we have visited to some degree, but most we haven't because it's going to be in a little different of a context. And so if you're into that, please visit on Tuesdays. And then Fridays, we're doing demos of the heat gun art and stuff. Um, Now I feel like I got to show you guys because we're just talking about the Raid Train app. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys. I have to. Because when in Rome and I have you guys here, I have this in like a flower press. But you guys, last thing, and then we'll dive into the topic. Okay, but it's an easy topic, so I was like, I'll just ease into it. You guys, Battle of the Best. I was just saying, like, hop on Raid Train app if anyone's not visited that yet. It is amazing. Lilac Bloom and I just hopped over as hosts to. We ditched Sign Up Genius and jumped on the Raid Train at bandwagon. So artists and alley Raid Trains are going to be there now. And Battle of the Best just launched, or just for July, just posted today, this morning, like an hour ago. And so anyone that hasn't been in Battle of the Best, or you got something banger item that you want to go sell to a larger audience, like that is live now. And I'm going to show you guys, I say that because I'm going to show you guys the piece that I'm going to bring to it. Should I be accepted? You have to like be approved and all that good stuff. But you guys, if anyone's not familiar with heat gun art, I'm going to show you something up close real quick because this is the first. It's not done all the way yet. I added some torching to the sides, but this is the first original. Thank you for the hearts. This is the first original coming from me, and it's going to run for $1. A $1 start. I've been doing this craft for about 4 years and finally figured out a process start to finish for original pieces. And so I'm super excited. The craft itself has only been around for about 6 years. And so it's like highly experimental. There's no like tutorials or anything. It's just kind of, you just kind of wing it and figure it out. And there's a lot of meaning in this image, and so it's going to be, hopefully, if I get accepted into Battle of Best, it's going to be up for auction there with the, and it'll be signed on the back and all that good stuff. Super excited about that. Okay, so well, thank you. So I did schedule a starfish show, but I'm gonna get some good photos when it's all the way done, so it's going to be edited and stuff. But there is a mock listing up for, like, I guess notification, something like that. Rah rah, rescued relics, congratulations, you got a card coming your way. All right, you guys, thank you. Thank you for being here, thank you for hopping in. We shall discuss profile bios. I Side note, the archivist was a shout out because of the when all the when whatnot was on fire a couple last week, probably was it Wednesday last week something. Dee did not skip a freaking beat, and this is why she's the community host, you guys. She didn't skip a freaking beat. She read through all the updates, like they had the email and then they had like an update on the what's who's it, the help.whatnot.com, right? She perused through the whole thing, educated herself, and then went live with a, hey, everybody, calm down. We're going to talk about this. It's actually not that bad type of thing. She didn't have to do that. And she showed up for the community in her like calm voice, just like putting everybody at ease, there to answer everybody's questions and all that kind of stuff. And I hopped in that show and I was like, you know what? That's hella cool that she did that because all the other shows in the community tab were like, oh my god, just like making it worse. Everybody was making it worse. Not everybody, most people were making it worse, except the archivist. And that's why she's one of the goats. And so she's the shout out just for that. Like um, no one asked her to do that. She just went ahead and showed up for us. And I thought that was fantastic. So Dee, you freaking rock. I love your face. And big appreciate you just like being you and showing up the way you do. A lot could take example from her. I'll just add that too. All the other shows are everything is on fire, big old dumpster fire. I was just like, can we just relax, just pump the brakes for a second? Hot dang, you know. Which I'm not going to dive into it, but I will just say, the more I chewed on the shipping update, the more I was like, you know what? Here's the long of the short of it. In my view, just my view, is that it only really, like when we're individually trying to adapt, which we have the whole month of July to figure a different system. We only really have to focus that adaptation on the over 5 pounds. Truly, priority and flat rate, 1 to 5 pounds, is like negligible difference in my view. And ground shipping for 5 pounds and under is less expensive, significantly less expensive. So it's like the better deal anyway. So everything under 5 pounds, like we're actually sitting way better financially, especially if we offer discounted or free shipping to our buyers. But as a buyer or a seller, everything under 5 pounds is a net win for everybody. Over 5 pounds, this is where flat rate is super cool because it just locks in that price, right? So anybody who sells over 5 pound stuff often, just know that it's probably going to cancel out with the savings from the under 5 pound range, but everything over, that's the only thing we really have to look at and say, okay, where could I use custom profiles or adapt this part? But everything else is like you're winning. So anyway, let's see. Dee's is probably on YouTube if you want like the full deal on that as well. Let me expand this Shizat. So yeah, we did. She's got a nice face in person too. Like, you love that face. Um, yeah, yeah. What Liz likes is freaking fantastic too. I love her chat shows. You know what? If anyone goes to her chat shows, this is the first time. This was a nice surprise actually. What Liz likes, writes her notes on a page, and then she sells them as like the rewatch, but she'll send you the actual notes as well. And she's up at the butt crack of West Coast dawn, and so I hopped in her chat show. This actually came quick because I think it was this last Monday. I'm pretty sure it was this last Monday, and it was about I hopped in there late, and it was about arts and handmade, so I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get the rewatch. You guys, I got the rewatch and look at this. I was looking at the notes and she called me out. Custom wood burning on the thing. I didn't realize that until I got this. I was like, oh dang. I love discounts. Tiny the artist. I don't know if you caught that you were called out on there too. Lucy's Vintage and JJ Shopper. What Liz likes has some gems of information, you guys, if anyone. And she's starting to do, well, she may have been doing it, but the switching topics each week and like deep diving into certain, um, bookmark her if you're not been to her shows yet. They're fantastic. Um, oh yeah, Tober, I agree. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, the I'm freaking out, man. So funny. So funny. That's why we need like the calm voices in the room to like go live, which is like exactly what Dee did. Like that's why we need that stuff. And avoid Facebook if anybody didn't already get that memo. That was like a whole. I went on there just for the comments. You know what I mean? I like it. Let me get my popcorn and go see what's on Facebook this week, and it did not disappoint. It did not. There was a lot of like, I'm going to, I'm quitting whatnot. I'm like, all right. There's just a lot. I don't want to dive into it too much, but handwritten notes. Yes, I agreed. I agreed. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Curly Q. To put a few of her Monday shows on you. Oh, she should. She should. It's really easy. These we started multicasting these over to YouTube. It is really easy. It's very easy. Once you set it up, it's very user friendly. If anyone in here has a YouTube, just know that Whatnot makes that real easy to integrate them to, and it just goes live, and you just get like more, discoverability. And so, yeah, you never know who's going to pop in there because different people on different platforms and stuff. Cactus, welcome in. Welcome in. Great for us to regularly harass her about it. Very nice. Ah, well, one day. Gemma girl, you're not wrong. Super duper. Zoe's T Mod, how we doing? Have a workaround would help. All right, you guys. So what else? I think that was mostly just the out the gate type of stuff. De-archivist. There was no new blog post or nothing like that. And then the shipping was the main thing. Um, which I forget to say this every once in a while, but my inbox is open if there is anyone who needs like specific, especially if anyone's newer, like clarification on certain updates and things. Please feel free to message me, and I will help I'm not an expert, but I will help where I can. And so, all right, let me pull up my notes here. Shipping or no bio, profile bio, and I feel like I was going to look at something else just there. I forgot what it was. I just like to sit in some YouTube lives wondering how folks don't know that this. Oh yeah, isn't that funny? Kelly's Place, how you doing? How you doing? Isn't that funny? It is a weird thing. It feels very like I always feel like I'm neglecting YouTube, so it takes some practice. But oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So I feel like there was some, I guess, I don't know. It's my Monday, you guys. Okay, I was gonna pin that. That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna pin the chat show listing. This is a notification listing, you guys. I forget sometimes, so I would not rely 100% on it, but I'm trying to do better. This listing right here, if it's purchased on accident, it's a thank you card. Otherwise, it's a notification that we're actually diving into the topic, because sometimes it takes a minute to ease into it. And so sending out the notification, and now I think we're ready. And now I think we're ready. The easier the topic, the longer the intro, because I'm like, it's not going to take that long. So, do people do this as a job and not an actual owner of the business? Yes, 100%. For live selling, there's a few channels that hire employees just to do the selling portion. There's a few. And actually, I think it gains more popularity as the app grows, because there's some channels you'll notice it's like the same name with just like some different numbers at the end or something, and they have like different streamers going on. So there's some businesses that operate as close to 24/7 as they can, just like the mass liquidation type of companies, and you see different faces in there. Barely ever see the actual owner. So that's definitely a thing for sure. Yes. Okay. All right. I digress. We shall focus and we shall talk bios. You guys, this is no Bible, but maybe there's something in here that anything I say is always just to like take or leave as it resonates. But maybe if there's something in here that you're like, you know what, I hadn't thought about that. Then that's the goal, is to just like add little valuable kind of snippets, just for the chew, and with some cautions if there are any, which there definitely are in this one, because I think get bios are in a weird spot on Whatnot, because they're not like a primary source of information when we're trying to get to know sellers. Like the live shows are the primary, and so not everybody reads bios, but some do. Some do. And so when we're writing bios, we are writing them for the ones who do read them, not for the knowing that like 99% of people won't read them, if that makes sense. And so when we are writing them, just, it's a one and done type of thing, or we can I need to make a note. It's a one and done type of thing where we don't have to keep revisiting it. We just got to like sit down, really evaluate, okay, what do I want in here? What do I want to convey to those who are reading it? Make sure I check all those boxes. And then I don't have to revisit for another like maybe quarterly, maybe every 6 months or year or whatever, or never if you really don't want to. But um I think it's good to just have them be professional and just make sure they have the information that is that is helpful for those who are reading it to decide whether they want to follow you and whether they want to bookmark your shows and whether you are their vibe or not. Because if you're writing stuff and it doesn't connect, then it's like kind of like you may as well have not written it. It's just kind of a waste. Just like in the Archivist show earlier, the topic of sharing shows was brought up. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, I mean, it's an action that you could take. However, um we had a saying before over here, like, stop watering dead plants. If it doesn't have a return, then it's 100% a waste of time and energy and effort to do it in the first place. So if you're just DMing your show to 100 people, like, if it's not, you may as well share it to Instagram every time, because if nobody's going, then you're just like wasting time. So bios is like that too. If it doesn't connect, then it's like you may as well have it blank or whatever. So my music went away. Why does it do that, you guys? There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I work for a business that has a pretty big whatnot. No kidding. The owner does not participate. Inzi, that is so fascinating. Is it shareable? What the account is? I'd be super interested to check that out. Jill, good. I want to say good morning, good afternoon. How are you, Patty? I mean, I don't. Do you raid trains? Because I or host raid trains? Because I wasn't sure if that was like a me thing. Because I look at them for raid trains. But ooh, backroom deals. Let me check that out. Backroom deals in Co. Interesting. Oh, my Bluetooth is off. I did just restart the music. Is the sound okay for you guys? It's okay. All right. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. The ones I know that do have, the ones I know are do their shows 2 days a week, and then the rest is all handling inventory. Yeah, the inventory game. Oh my gosh. 3 friends who are huge whatnot sellers. Most of them hire attendant. Oh, holy cow. Good for them. There, and that's why there's like so many different ways to be successful on YouTube or freaking YouTube, you guys, on whatnot. That's why everyone really should do what works for them, and that's why no one should listen to anybody that's trying to tell them there's like one way to do it. There's not. I hopefully it is mostly, it's still in the early days. We forget this too, and whatnot is mostly like the solopreneurs and the couples and the small teams, the family business and stuff like this. But it is a business. And so where there's profitability, there's going to be investment, period. And these like large liquidation, like 10, 15 um, staff companies, they're gonna have their place on this app for sure. And so it just is what it is. Oh, that's cool, Inzy. That's super cool. So you check and buy. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. And so, you guys, if anybody's interested for an example bio, mine is not 100% where I want it to be. I revisit it every quarter or 6 months and kind of tweak it based on like where I've evolved to, as far as like, because you have to figure yourself out. I know I've been on here 3 years, but I'm a slow grow. Okay, you guys, you got to figure out exactly uh all your every level of your operation so that you can convey that in your bio simply. This is the name of the game with bios, in my view, is like simply put, just as concise as possible for the win. The novels, and we can think about it like this, like a bio ought be, just my opinion, like a snapshot of like a lure, like we're fishing with our bio on how to get people into our shows. We don't have to divulge our whole history and background in our bio. We can save that for the shows. We can save like, hey, if you like this, bookmark for more. If this is up your alley, or if this sounds interesting, we want to use it as an incentive, not an autobiography. So I want to lead with that, I guess, because I feel like that's like often what I see. And so mine's not like exactly where I want it to be. And as I go through the things that we do have notes today, you guys. I can highlight like which things I'm still working on, but it still gives some example of just like readability, if anyone's interested to just have like an example to go off of. If they're hosting yeah, yeah, for sure, which is part of the reason why Raid Train app is sweet, you guys, because if you're hosting trains, I recommend you check it out, because you can just click on the names in Raid Train app and it takes you straight over to the profile and whatnot for any applicants. And it auto populates in Rate Train app, like how many followers they have and maybe sales or something like that. If that is like one of the qualifying things, if you have like new seller rate trains and you don't want anyone that's like too established or vice versa. And so, thank you, Dee. Thank you, thank you. So, don't start it off with I take care of my 5 kids. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's a good segue. Sometimes I need you guys to keep me on track. Thank you. That's a good segue. To lead in our bios, my opinion, I have it broken down into 3 sections: an intro, which again, like, not introduction is not I take care of 6 kids. That's not an introduction for a business. That's a personal, that's an autobiography. And again, we don't want autobiographies, we want business profile bios. And so intention intention matters because it gives us some kind of a guideline for like everything else to align with. And so business profile, but the business portion is like a guiding principle in this. So intro, and then schedule, which I think gets missed a lot, and then socials, which I think we shouldn't sleep on. So with the intro, this is first because this, in my view, should be right at the top of our bio and every single person's whatnot page. Because and this includes who we are, where we are, in my view, where we are, and then what we sell. Who we are, where we are, and what we sell. These 3 things, let me know if I'm missing anything for like an introduction. But these 3 things, when someone goes and clicks on our bio, these are the things that they're expecting to learn. Maybe where we are isn't like a at the top of anyone's mind as far as introduction and what they're intending to discover. However, I added in here because when it's noticeable when you, because it is a shipping uh business, right? We're shipping to different places. It's national and international. And so I think location matters, not as much in the United States as international, but I still think I think it matters as far as if you're one of the ones who wants to buy like the lobster, just as a random example, you might shop differently or decide differently if you realize like, oh shoot, you're like in my state. You're like right up. I know exactly where you're at. You know what I mean? I'm buy from you all day. Or if that seafood is coming from the other side of the country, like it's gonna make a difference, right? Any kind of food stuff like comes to the front of my mind. But also location is an amazing opportunity for connection, or I should say, a missed opportunity for connection if it's not included in the bio. So if someone is from upstate New York, put that in the bio, right? Because anyone reading that who also may be from that area is instantly gonna go, oh my God, we have something in common, right? And they're gonna go bookmark your show and see if there's more because the whole point of, actually, I should tell you guys the quote for the day. The whole point of our bio is we're fishing, right? And so we're trying to make these connections. We're trying to market ourselves to people who are reading. We're trying to get the reader a reason to get with us, right? And so any opportunity in our bio and location, I think, is slept on a lot. And even saying whether it's US or not, right? If you recruit for raid trains, you notice this, that like you're like, I don't know where any of these people are. You if you're doing a raid train, like it might make a difference if someone's from France or from Canada, because you're like, well, I don't know that all of the US buyers are going to want to pay shipping for international and this and that and the other. And so there's just like certain things. And I think we can't assume, we forget that people don't know what the Pacific Northwest is of where, of Germany, of France, of Australia, wherever countries whatnot's operating in. And so like um, general region doesn't have to be city and state, but general region and country. I think are like good things to have in there. So envious of folks that live smack dab in the middle of oh, I know. Arkansas. Arkansas is a good spot to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna ship. Everyone's gonna get my stuff the next day. Everybody. I'd put that in my bio too. If I matter of fact, Gemma Girl's not wrong. If you are in the middle of the country, you best say that in your profile bio, because then everyone knows that they're not going to be waiting 3,000 miles to get their stuff, right? Like make it a point to advertise yourself. Like, hey, this is as good as it's going to get. Don't matter where you live, you're getting your stuff. Country bougie right there, middle of the country. Middle of the country. I know I missed something there. Yeah, the first I don't even barely want to say paragraph. The first line or two needs to have what you sell. I almost want to say that's non-negotiable. To each their own. Everyone should do what best suits them, but just know that folks have a really short attention span, and line one, two, or three, if this is, again, if it's a business profile bio, I can't think of a good reason why what is being sold or offered at that business wouldn't be front and center, like right up top, right? Like having people search for it and dig for it. Uh, we might lose some people in that process, and to just leading with it, especially if it's not like in a banner, like photos or something like that. Right out the gate, right out the gate. This is what I sell, type of a thing. Yeah, and that's why it's good. Speaking of updating our bios, this is one of the board squares on the Flamingo Bingo Challenge, which, if anyone hasn't heard of that, get with. Actually, she might be live, so we might be able to go over there today. Faded Flamingo has this like community bingo game through the month of July, and that's one of the things. And it's like all just like self improvement and building connection and community type of squares on there. It's fantastic. And so it's like, go do all your reviews, write all your reviews, go do all these things, like do these different kind of shows. Nothing that's like unattainable. It's very user friendly. It's very like can accommodate busy schedules. It's a pretty great thing, and updating your bio is one of those. And so if she's still on when we're hopping off of here, then we'll run over there to get more details and stuff. I highly recommend anybody do that. My schedule's pretty stacked, and if I can do it, I feel like you guys can do it. I feel like anyone can do it, and so highly recommend. Silver Moon Mama, hello. Country bougie, what? The the message that what? One more again. One more again. Junk journaling 101. That's what's up. That's what's up. No, because Memphis sorting will hold stuff. Oh no. Rude, Memphis. Rude. So when we're updating our bio for Flamingo Bingo, we'll just preface it like that. What the mess is the Oh, have you not seen it? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Faded is on today. So I'll let her go through it, but it's really great. I adore her anyway, but like okay. Country bougie. um I need to get better at getting my shipments out same day because oh, Gemma Girl, PWE, especially prepackaged. If anyone has like needs ship and time strategy, PWE and um pre-packaging for the win because it's an average, right? You don't have to ship everything in the same day, but if you can double down on things that are really really quick to ship, then it'll bring your whole average up. So okay, so let me tell you the quote. Today it is this week it is the best because this has to do with bios. The best marketing because that's what our bio is. It's a marketing opportunity. The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like connection. It feels like connection. I think this is just like a kind of a nice thing to chew on because when we're writing our bio, um, it's I feel like it's easy to default. Everything I say that's like any kind of sounds any kind of critical, it's like I'm speaking out of like I did these things, and so uh, I'm not pointing any fingers. I just want to put that out there. But when we're writing our bio, it can be like, okay, well, I'm just going to tell about myself, right? And my business and my products. And that is like a natural, like that makes sense. It's very logical. But when we think about it in this term of a market, in this context of marketing and connection, then it reads differently. It changes the strategy, it changes the nuance in it, it changes the goal of when someone reads this, what do I want the takeaway to be, what conclusion do I want them to come to? What do I want them to gain from this? What do I want to gain from them reading this, right? In my view, connection is it, right? We want someone to read something and go, okay, I can see where this thing here, which this is the main thing that I'm still trying to work into my bio is like any little opportunity, which location again is one of them, any opportunity to create connection because we get customers one at a time and supporters and friends one at a time, right? Any opportunity to create connection. If we kind of like put that lens on and then read through our bio, it just simply reads differently. And so something to chew on. Off subject real quick. Why don't you put an active tip jar while we're talking? Relic, thank you. That is super sweet. Those are that's a whatnot thing. They don't they and I think it's an Apple thing too. But they just have I don't even remember where they put them. Like I feel like sometimes they're in like the side here, and then sometimes they're in like the profile, and that's just an app thing. I appreciate that though. Super appreciate that. So the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like connection. Looking at our bio through that lens of connection, I think can be beneficial. Um, but starting with who we are, where we are, and what we sell. And when we're talking about what we sell, I didn't write this down, but when we're talking about what we sell, there's I want to say this, there's so many different things that can be sold on Whatnot that it really is to each their own on the best way to present this. Some put like a list of things, some people just put the category, some people are really amazing about like painting a picture of what they sell, like painting a whole, presenting like a whole vibe. I wish I could think of an example off the top of my head. If you guys have them, please feel free to share them. But hello, the sufferer. Hello. But there's a lot of opportunity here as far as like how we can somebody smart shopping. Thank you so much. Appreciate them tips. there's big opportunity for how in just just sharing what we sell. um I just want to offer that there's like 1,000 different ways that we can present that information alone, and the way we choose to present that information can make or break the connection. Relic, thank you so much for the tip. You guys are so sweet. um oh, Barb, thank you. Okay, so aside from that, and I put this as intro 'cause it's right up top, right? I know it's kind of rambly. I'll start going through it a little quicker. Schedule is the next thing. So our bio could be just fine with just this. Vital Canyon, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Our bio could be complete with just this, right? Who we are, where we are, what we sell. That could be like in call it good right there. You guys are the sweetest. Barb, thank you so much for the tip. Um, I think schedule's amazing. I think schedule's amazing. The next two things, the schedule and socials, I think these are amazing to have in there as a bonus because these are a call to action. A call to action, which is to say that if someone reads what we're about, that's one thing. But if we encourage action on top of it, then we're guiding as far as like a here's the next step in our relationship type of a thing. And so it's not just like a fun fact, but there's an action attached to it, be it bookmarking a show, hopping in on future whatever you have going, raid trains. It could be, following on the different socials. This actually is where mm, well, in my bio, there's a good example of the socials. De-archivist bio, there's a good example of the socials. A reworker's passion, there's a good example of the socials off the top of my head, but both of these have a call to action. And so when we say what we sell, that's one thing. But if we say vintage $1 start on vintage decor every Thursday, that reads different, that encourages differently, that creates a different energy to the viewer, right? If we're like, oh, here's the thing, right? There's no digging. And so when you present your schedule or anything like that in your bio, that is a call to action for them to go further down in your profile and go find, oh, well, they're doing that show on these days. I'm available on those days and I like that stuff. So let me go bookmark those shows. That makes it easier than like expecting someone to just like go peruse your schedule and just go, find out for themselves, just go on like a little expedition of what shows they may be interested. If we just bring it up top, like here's the shows. Uh, it requires us to create a schedule first, which is tricky. Hashtag anchor show, right? But as we build a schedule, presenting it there, I think is a good opportunity. Wish there was a way to have direct link to our socials. And oh, I know, yeah, that would be super nice. Also, socials are just a little. I'll go a little bit out of order here, but just as a word of caution for socials is that social media sharing is okay on Whatnot if it is not a competing platform specifically. And I still see this. And with all the newcomers coming on the app, I think we're going to continue to see it. So just in case, sometimes we see stuff and then we think, well, there's 100 people doing it, and so it must be okay. But this is one of those things that like a lot of people do it, but it's not actually okay. And so just a word of caution, like if we have Instagram, that's fine. If we have a YouTube or a Facebook or a Pinterest or these kind of TikTok, something like this, platforms that we use for entertainment or comms or galleries or other stuff than selling, then those are shareable. But we should not be, it's against terms of service to be sharing the Etsy shops and the eBay shops and the Poshmark and the Macari and those kind of things. And so word of caution there. It's seen as taking business away from Whatnot, which is reasonable. And so just the good socials, the approved socials, I should say, for that list of things. Would be nice if we had links, and that's actually a good point that if we do have socials, since we can't link them, it is a nice touch to have the name, even if it's exactly the same as our Whatnot username. Just having, um, you know, I'm on, visit this on YouTube at whatever the YouTube name. Or if you write same name on Insta, YouTube, Pinterest, whatever like that. But so uh, people will assume that it's the same name if they don't see something otherwise. But if it's just like, okay, here it is, this is what it is, I think it makes for a nice search. I do too. It really is like debatably the best place on the internet today, in my view. Just signed up to start. So, Relic, that's so exciting. Heck yeah. Sam, welcome in. That's super exciting. Congrats. Congrats, congrats. I haven't started setting myself up yet. Your information is awesome. Thank you. Relic, if you didn't come over with the raid, definitely make sure to get in D Archivist shows. D Archivist, she's live daily. Every show is not a seller support show, but she does seller support at least weekly. And she's been on the app for like, she's got to be well over 3 years now, and just a freaking wealth of information. That's super exciting. Also, when you is your first show scheduled? Just signed up to start Scout, so maybe not scheduled yet. Let me take a peek. Let me take a peek here. Let me give you a follow, Relic. Yes, thank you, thank you. They do have their first show scheduled. You guys, Relics Resell and Handmade Stuff. First show on the 2nd, 8 p.m. Pacific time. That's super exciting. You guys, go bookmark that show right there. Go bookmark that show right there. See some new handmade stuff. I'm a huge fan of all like the new handmade, if there's anything. Um, huge freaking fan. Huge freaking fan. Good on you. Good on you. That'll be the day I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, so I'll be in bed. If I'm not already in there, I'm definitely not going to work. You feel free to tag me, and I'll hop in there and we'll learn all the buttons and do all the things. That's super exciting. Good on you. If you want to share, Relic, like what type of handmade stuff, please feel free. Please feel free. Okay, so maybe cards. Maybe cards. Okay, so for schedule, this is what I wrote down is the if we know, putting the days that we're going live and what with what. So live Wednesday, Thursday, Friday each week is like part of the information, but with what? What is the show format? What is the, is it buy now shows? Is it live demo? Is it a raid train? Is it mystery games? Is it dollar starts? Is it $10 starts? Is it we're going live for 1 hour only and we're destashing? Is it are there buyers giveaways? Is it a giveaway show? Is it a chat show? What type of show? And then what's in it, right? And so if we can provide that type of information, like this, like our business, like this is the business hours, this is the day time, and this is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing on these days and times. That's solid information for onlookers to be able to. Skipper Miller Arts, how you doing? I like the concise name, Skipper Miller. I gotta tell you, it rolls right off the tongue. Makes me happy. So if we can package that for the viewers, and they can go, way to make it easy for me. Just silver spoon it over to them of like, here's when to get with me, and here's for what. So you can just identify this is what I'm into. I'll bookmark these. Not interested in mystery games, but I'm interested in the demo, or vice versa, or whatever like that. And so having a schedule in there, just, and if we don't know our schedule yet, having something that still indicates what to bookmark for. Maybe it just shares the type of shows. Maybe it's maybe we're in our pop-up era where it's just like, well, I'm trying to figure out my schedule. Just stay posted or uh, bookmark for notification when I'm doing blank or something like that. Something to lead into. Moody, how you doing? Something to lead into like when call to action when they can get with you. No kidding. Oh my gosh, Relic, I'm about to give you someone to that is like about to be your mentor. um that's amazing. That's freaking amazing. This is you don't have to do what I say, but this is a mandatory follow right here. Lost Mermaid Gifts. She's a sea glass collector and she makes amazing jewelry out of it. She's been on the app for a little while. She's also a wealth of knowledge. Her artistry is amazing, and she's dabbled with a lot of different type of show formats and things. And so tapping into her shows, she one in that pocket could probably learn a ton from her. So and her energy and just everything about her is amazing. Uh, Personally in my pop-up era, and I'm okay with it, and it's hard balancing what not when to, yeah, and that's fine. And everybody, shoot, you guys, it took me a year to get an anchor show, which is this chat show, and then it's still taken 2 years on top of that to get like, well, it took another year to establish, okay, one day a week I'm doing demo, right? It took a long time to establish that. Because if you're handmade, people do like to see your process. And so like working that in as a schedule opportunity idea. And then having anchor sales shows has been the longest thing. And so just when it makes sense. But otherwise, like, you're allowed to just go through all the phases, all the phases of finding your business self, you know. Having scheduled shows is also part of your bio. We're just talking about the actual like right up at the top of the bio, just sharing like kind of generally what our schedule is. But on our profile as a whole, definitely having as many shows as we can scheduled out is a solid choice. Is a solid choice. My recommendation is more than 10 because they if there's less than 10 show because the number of shows that we have scheduled does communicate our level I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. Our level of established we are. That's probably the best way to put it. And if we have like 3 shows scheduled, that communicates subconsciously or not that the seller's still figuring it out. And when we have more than 10, because we can schedule 10 at a time, right? If we have more than 10, then that communicates the seller is here. They're present, they're on the app, they're consistent. If I need something, I know that they're going to be here tomorrow, type of a thing. And so, because there's a lot of sellers that don't stay, um, unfortunately. And so the more shows that we have scheduled, it's just like brick and mortar. We expect them to have business hours, right? And if they don't, then we're like a taco truck. It's like, you're here now, but you might not be here tomorrow, kind of like that. But for whatnot, it's on us to like create some kind of business hours. And if they are, then schedule them out. So yeah, 100% what Tober said. She's being summoned. She's being summoned. I schedule shows for every holiday each. Really? Interesting. Good on you. Good on you. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Um, that's super interesting because I do the opposite. I go through my schedule. I'll go schedule like part of the reason why this chat landed on a Tuesday because less and hey, take note if just an extra chew when we are doing a schedule. Most holidays, if you're not interested in doing holidays, or whether you are or whether you aren't. Either it could you could leverage it either way, but schedule your anchor shows accordingly because most holidays are like Mondays and Fridays type. Not many holidays, like especially federal, land on like Wednesdays, for instance. And so if you're like, I just want a schedule that's going to not be interrupted, by all the holidays and stuff, just like, schedule accordingly. Because if you there's typically there's bonuses to scheduling on holidays because typically those come with like promotions or something like that, extra shoppers, more people off of their government jobs work, and so they can like be on Whatnot more and this kind of thing. So uh yeah, I like that. Definitely worth factoring in. Definitely stability. Yes, that's a good word. Communicates stability of the seller. And so let's see. Format and theme. Format and theme for the schedule. And then I knew this wasn't, I'm kind of rambling a little bit because I knew it wasn't going to be a super long topic, but we can just hop into the last one, which is last point, which is, and then there's a couple do's and don'ts, but the socials, which this is simple. And we already kind of touched on it. Nova, welcome in, which is have them. If we have socials, put them in the bio. Because, and any matter of fact, I need to do an analogy, like a map of some sort. It's going to come at some point because we decided there's like for social media, we have like this umbrella, right? And Whatnot is like the handle of the umbrella. And then each of the spokes or points on the umbrella is like your different social media. And so when we think of like we're online business owners and we're sellers on Whatnot, we compartmentalize as if Whatnot is the business, and then the Instagram and the YouTube and the other whatever else we're on are like different entities, but they're not. They're one thing. They're one online business. And so, and when we think of it as one entity, we approach it differently. And so all our socials, because they are one operation funneling to the same, they're working towards the same financial cause, or should be, and they're all interconnected, technically, to you, right? But if we don't connect them like digitally, which being in profile bios is one of those way to connect them, then it puts brakes in the funnel system. It puts brakes in the funnel system. And so if we're advertising and marketing on Instagram, but our Instagram is not connected to Whatnot where we're selling, then there's a disconnect in that funnel, in the marketing to sales funnel. And so but they all can connect both ways. And so just because you're on Whatnot, you might be able to, so like in my bio, it has that there's an art gallery on Instagram for those who are interested to see. Because I have these pieces, but for the most part, when I make stuff, I find homes for it. I don't typically hang on to stuff. And so if anyone, so most people, I realized at some point, most people just haven't seen uh heat gun art, don't know. Actually, Stay Home to Shop was one of the people who was like, you know what, I've been coming in, we've been knowing each other for like probably a year or two now, and I still don't know what you sell. And I was like, oh shit. uh Create an Instagram or a Pinterest or something that's like, okay, here's what I make, like let me just show, like this is the stuff, right? Can be helpful, and some people are interested in that. And so the bio is like, hey, if you want to see the work, it's over on Instagram. People that come into these chat shows, it's like, if you want more information about Live Selling 365 is on YouTube, where literally there's a daily video about live selling, just these little 5-10 minute chews on live selling. um, and then there's a comms group on Facebook, right? Whatnot Handcrafted Artisan on Facebook. And so each social serves a different purpose if we have it set up like that. Sometimes our socials are like kind of shotgun information, like we make a piece of content and then we just post it on all our socials. That would be a little bit different, I suppose. But still, if we have different strategies and purposes for each of our socials, then indicating that and like offering that on all the different, if you have Insta, have it linked to your other ones, right? Because you never know which audience member has like a cross interest in those other things. And so making it a point to like, because they are connected, making it a point to present them in that way. Mostly because I hated when I'd be on my phone and then get notification to take me right back to oh yeah. Yes. Oh, for bookmarks. Moody's want to know who doesn't have who still has their notifications turned on. Mine have been off. Mine have been well, mine you can I shouldn't say they're off. They're off for like the big, like all the notifications. Like you want to be notified when every single person you're following goes live. No, no, thank you. I do not. Right. But do you want to be notified when this show that you bookmarked goes live? Yes, I want that one. I do not want everybody and their moms still live notifications. I tried to go back through and like turn off notifications for everybody that I followed, and it's like I gave up. I was just like, dude, this is too much. I'm just gonna rely on. But which is a that's another case in point on having a schedule is super important. Once folks have been on the platform for a while, everybody does it. You're gonna end up turning your notifications off unless you only follow a handful of people because it's simply overwhelming. It's just too much. And you will rely on bookmarks, sure, but mostly you're going to rely off memory. I know so and so goes live at this time on this day. I know that so and so is live doing this type of show on this day. You're going to go off memory, just like with the TV. And so the more stable, I like that word, the more stable our schedule, the more our audience can grow. Like we have to be consistent and then they'll show up consistently for us. Oh, Skipper Miller, thank you for that question. Whatnot handcrafted artisan. Whatnot handcrafted artisan. On Facebook, it is Made in Texas Treasures is the creator of that group. There's like a couple hundred Whatnot arts and crafty folks over there. And it's a great place for folks to like ask questions. I'm still figuring out exactly what I want to post. There's like product shares, new make shares, and stuff like that. I post if there's like a new raid train or if there's something in the category that's kind of notable for folks to check out, or if it's like, when the Naughty Awards were going on, or there's like it's a brand new handmade train or different kind of stuff like that. I'll post those kind of things. Sometimes I'll post like questions for the group, like who here does free shipping? How does that work for you? What do you sell? Does it matter? That kind of stuff. Yes. Yes. Ooh, Patty, which thing? Oh, for the group. Yeah. What Skipper Miller said. Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm just a mod over there, but it is a nice spot to like ping questions and feedback and stuff for the arts and handmade folks. I do think there's a couple of Whatnot handcraft groups, and they each kind of have a different hey babe. They each kind of have a different um offer, maybe the right word, with them. But join it, join the conversations. I'll just leave it there. Okay, so socials. We talked about have them, don't have competing platforms, and having, since we can't link them, having like your username, don't, instead of just saying like, follow me on Facebook, like, for what, just saying like for what and where is kind of nice. And then little bit of do's and don'ts, and like that's the profile bios. And so actually, maybe I should ask you guys any. Well, should we start with the do nots? Should we start with the do nots? What's I know personal stuff got brought up earlier. You guys have any recommend against things in profiles? Like, have you guys seen any stuff in profile bios that you're like, yeah, that doesn't make me want to follow you, or that doesn't make me want to bookmark your show, or that doesn't make me want to read the whole thing, too wordy. That doesn't suit my attention span. Um, because if one person says it, at least 10 other people are thinking it, right? I'm going to read that out loud because that's a really good one. When it reads like a GoFundMe, when it reads like a GoFundMe, that is the thing. It is the thing. It's a business. It's not what can I do for you, the business. It's what you the business can do for me, right? I'm the buyer type of thing. So Jill says when it's very religious. I agree. Controversial stuff. If it's some businesses are religion based or political based, for instance, the other controversial topic based, but it can deter some folks. It can attract some, but it can deter some as well. And so definitely being cautious. Anything political? Yep, agreed. Saying bid responsibly, no. You know what, Moody? I'm glad you brought that up because you guys see the profiles, especially when it's in all caps right on the top. No refunds. Just like, whoa, I just got here. I'm interested. That's why I'm here. And you're yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? I'm trying to support you. Freaking yelling at me out the gate. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's good to point out though, because sometimes we put things in our bio and then it's like, you guys know, those who've been on Whatnot for a while, sometimes you do certain things and then it's like months later, maybe a year or two later, that you're like, I just realized I probably shouldn't do that. I just realized that may come across as X, Y, or Z. But in the time, you're just like nailing this down, and but you don't realize that it's like the other perspectives of it. And yeah, sometimes it's like real abrasive. Yeah, well, no refunds and stuff sounds like, man, if there's a problem with, here's the thing about it. If anyone, um, I want to say there's not, it's not that we can't put it in there. I wouldn't lead with it. I wouldn't lead with it. Again, I would only lead with who are you, where are you from, what do you sell? But um, the way it comes across is the customer service desk is closed. The customer service window is closed. If it reads as if there is any issue with your order, do not contact me. That's what it reads, unfortunately. I know that some sellers get burned, and that's why they put that. But it is still worth being, you know, worth a word of caution because it can come across as a deterrent for potential buyers. And so, saying, let's see, Final Canyon said, I've had one I've had my own health issues, but I don't make it my business. It just is what it is. Yeah, and natural state of high also disabilities and hardships. I'm not insensitive to that situation, but it doesn't belong there. It's hard. It's hard, and this is where from the beginning, saying like when we're creating our profile bio, keeping in mind that it is a business first. It is a business first. When we walk into Target, we walk into Walmart, we don't need to know the personal stuff about the company. That can come second. It's not that there isn't a place for it. It's just that it's maybe leading with it isn't the right order of things. Definitely, there's time and places for connecting on deeper levels and with sharing the more personal parts of us and stories and things. But easing into it a little bit, I think can be helpful because otherwise it's almost like trauma dumping. And it's like when you meet someone for the first time, they tell you stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, nice to meet you too. I also, I don't know when it's like too personal, but healthcare stuff is especially like everybody has things that they're going through. And so it's a hard, it's a tough one. And doesn't mean that people are insensitive. It's just a tough thing. Um, but I can see how some people get addicted to this and oh yeah, relic. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Whatnot is extremely addictive because because shopping is addictive and social things are addictive, and so people actually, and if you're just starting, anyone in here that may just be getting started, get you some boundaries. At least pin it in your mind that boundaries are going to be for the win, because burnout happens to the best of us, and just it's a thing. So it reads not willing to work with you as a customer. Agreed. And if that's your vibe, I will pass. One love threads. Welcome in. They think it's eBay. Don't work here. Oh, is that a thing for eBay? Yeah, exactly. Is that a thing for eBay? I wonder if that's where that comes from. Because yeah, that is a good point. Live selling is not eBay. eBay is a one and done. You're just interested in the product. You don't have a relationship with the seller type of thing. And that's how most traditional e-commerce is. I don't know what this music is. It just kind of like did its own thing. Live selling is relationship based. Retention is the name of the game for live selling. And so when we're yelling at people, they're like, I'm not buying again. I'm not doing it. I ain't coming back. You can just get yell at me and stuff. And so maybe that is the kicker. Maybe that's the difference. I received religious literature with a giveaway and was like, what? That's indoctrinated. You know what? Vinyl Canyon, that reminds me, if anyone's not familiar with this, it's not, I guess it could be. Religion could be in this category, but there's a part in the terms of service somewhere. I'm trying to remember exactly where it would probably be. Uh, where would it be? It's in like the packaging guidelines. It's in Envy says, hey hookers. I think it's in the packaging guidelines. I love discounts. Welcome in. I love discounts. You were on Liz's list also. Um, it says no propaganda in our packages, which is to say, I think what it's talking about is like when you do like the packing paper and the different stuff, if there's like certain anything that could be like, indoctrination type or like any kind of like I feel like religion could be in there too. This kind of stuff, it's not only do people not like it, and it's overseen a lot of the time or overlooked. Like people don't really think about it that much when it's just like packaging paper and stuff. But it is against terms of service. I read that and I was like, holy cow! I wonder how many people know that. I love discounts. Did you know? Did you know that you were in Liz's notes from this last her like show notes that she sells for the rewatch? She was talking about arts and handmade, and she puts you on this list for shipping training. For shipping training. Yeah, I bought this and I was like, oh, there's all these like sellers call out. So heck yeah. So there they are. Give them about shipping. And I love discounts. I really like the you guys and Zoe's treasures and Zoe's T mod and Green 13 discussions. It's so good. Um so good. That's another YouTube situation also. The mix of perspectives is what does it for me. I really like that because most often time you get single or biased perspectives, and you guys like respect each other's perspectives, and it just makes for a really great conversation. Um, I appreciate when adults can just talk as adults. I guess I should put it, and it's good topics and everything. So, never would have considered this, but yeah, eBay doing Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure other platforms are, dabbling and gonna try, but whether they're gonna be able to compete, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm team whatnot though. I'm team whatnot for a lot of reasons, but I think they just are poised to be number one, period, for a lot of reasons. So people who come into my shows regularly get to know me there. Yeah, our people coming into our and that is a nice reminder too. The folks who come and look at our bios, our goal is to connect enough, market ourselves and our business in a way that connects enough to entice them into the reader, into our shows. The point of their profile bio is not just to like divulge all information possible onto the table. It's to entice. We're fishing, right? We're fishing. Um, just get them into our shows, and so we can further connect. That's our goal with those. And only okay. Not interested, but interested. Wait, don't want to shake my ass on another site. I'm here to stay. Hell yeah, Moody's team whatnot. That's what's up. Discount coupons for my next show. Yes. Relic, you can do coupons in with your packages. I'm pretty sure. I was just thinking the only thing you can't do coupons for is like giveaways. You can't use them for giveaways, but you can include them. Yeah. Yeah. On IG also. Went over our shipping SOP yesterday. Oh, did you? Heck yeah. It's good stuff. It's something, bless you guys that talk about shipping, and are willing to help regularly with shipping stuff, because there are like literally 20 million that came to the platform in the last 12 months. There's a lot of folks out there that need regular shipping assistance. Anyone to go to with questions and get like immediate answers. Beautiful girl, welcome. And so y'all are like fighting the good fight. Showing up for the community in that way. It really is. Lisa by design, how you doing? How we doing? I have not started selling yet. Big ink. That's exciting. That's exciting. Let me make sure I'm following here. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Hold on. Okay, I am. All right. So I have not started selling yet. Some of the things I have seen and heard makes me want to run in the opposite direction. However, I love to shop. You know what, Big Ink? I believe that 100%. And I can tell you that whatnot, it is amazing, but it is also what we make it. It's also what we make it. It's not immune to things that other platforms are also not immune to. Um, there are just the whole spectrum of different sellers. There's the whole spectrum of different buyers. There's the different rules and things with each of the platforms that we get away with some stuff because whatnot is newer, but they're going to evolve. They evolve over time too, and are going to have to do what they have to do as well. But and just like how YouTube is a humongous place, whatnot is turning into that size. Like I'm in my view, it's like one of the global leaders at some point. And it's on that trajectory, right? And so even if there's like, if there's 20 million that just came to the app, right? There's going to be a handful, just a numbers game, that some of those are going to be like, not my style. But it's those points where you keep in mind that it's such a big place that like we get to choose where we associate, and what we can kind of recalibrate our algorithm and stuff so that it is like a more pleasant place for us, because there's some stuff that I don't mess with on this app, on this platform, because it's like not my vibe, not my style, not my community. But there's like a whole bunch of communities within the greater one, and so you can definitely find your people. And once you do, I would say show up to sell, because you never know until you try, right? And once you find your community, then you're like, okay, okay, this place is amazing, right? And you can block as you want. So, well, hello, hello. Good, good. So you might love being a seller here. You might. I know to each their own, but I would hate for like some bad apples to just like sour the whole pond type of thing. I don't know if that's a real saying, but um, you know, Olivia, welcome in. So the giveaways has to be this. The giveaway has to be given at the time of the show, not for a future show. Yes, yes, redeemable with it. Yes, no future redemption. Uh, Moody, yes. TikTok was a really good example. How expensive is it for a seller to be free shipping? You know what? I don't even know if you can offer free shipping as a new seller now, but the average shipping price now is somewhere like $5 to $9 ish. But it's about to go down come around August. It's about to go down. That was part of the shipping update. So the average is going to drop to about like or I'll say like $5 to $7 ish range. And so buy or sellers that are offering free shipping can expect to pay that amount for each package that they're sending out. I would not recommend it. Would not recommend it. Oh, that's okay. But not if you need priority. Oh, for yes. Yeah. Priority, they're like, you're gonna pay for that if you want that. You're gonna pay for that service. We're gonna hurry up your stuff. That's like a extra $2 charge or something. Best part are all the friends I have made. I'm not looking to get rich, but I love when someone buys one of the pieces and loves it. Jill, I'm with you. My number one goal here is to share heat gun art. I have like a parallel goal of like showing my girls that you can just do what you want to do with your time and monetize your passion and turning it into a lucrative business is like next to doing what I love. Like do what you love and then monetize it, but like in that order specifically. Which if I'm being honest is part of the reason why I operate so slowly because I'm like there's a lot of things that I'm like I could do that, but I don't want to. Does not align with my goal of you guys know when you do something and you're like, yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that. I've had a lot of jobs in my life, and I've had a lot. They're all come with goods, bads, and in betweens. And there's just so much stuff that I'm like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I'm not just me personally. I'm not here to just like create a job for myself like that. Um, I have a full time income, so I'm in a unique position because I can take my sweet time, but anchored in, I'm not even interested in working for myself if I don't love what I'm doing. And so every time I'm like going through a rat maze, every time I hit a corner, I'm like, I don't love that. I just go somewhere else. Like I'll just keep going on that path until I'm only doing what I love. If that resonates with anybody, feel free. But that's my truth. But to each their own. Definitely, we all have different goals and different situations, and so definitely. I'm not saying that work for everybody, but that's what I'm doing. Speaking of doing what we love, you guys, there's only do's and okay, let me say this and then I'll share the do's and I'll circle back to the do's and don'ts. Most of you guys said most of them, but really quick side quest. I freaking love making pop sockets, you guys. I freaking love making pop sockets. I don't know why that's the thing, but that is the thing. And so it finally occurred to me because I was doing like these little mini like heat gun art pop sockets, and then I realized that I could do them with different stuff. And then this Artisan Alley train, Lilac Bloom and I were like challenging ourselves to, I love designing them and just making them, period. Just making them, and especially the NFC tag bit really like pushed it over the edge. And then Artisan Alley solidified it being like an anchor product because they're functional and they're artsy. And so they just kind of a trifecta. And they're unique. You can make them one of a kind and stuff. But Artisan Alley, Lilac Bloom and I were like, we should make stuff in theme with each month's alley that we're going to. If it's art or if it's clay or if it's paper crafts is the next one, or if it's resin or if it's whatever it is, make something, fiber arts. And so we've been making stuff. And then I was like stuck on what am I going to do for paper crafts? I don't know anything about paper crafts. And I was like, the hell I don't. I can make pop sockets with freaking paper. And so I'm making more pop sockets for Artisan Alley. And then I was thinking, shoot, there's a lot of stuff. I bet you I could make a pop socket for any theme. I encourage anyone in arts and handmade, make pop sockets. Make freaking pop sockets in your craft and in your, your designs. Make them. And so um I figure Artisan Alley is like the perfect opportunity to just like get, because you have to kind of stick to a brand and a certain kind of product line, but every art person has like all these other different kind of crafts that they also dabble with. And so Artisan Alley, I was like, that's a perfect opportunity to just make fun stuff, just some one-off fun stuff. And Skipper Miller, that's awesome. I haven't tried clay yet, but I have clay. And I think they're going to be super fun. I think they're going to be super fun. And so pop sockets are going to be the anchor product for Artisan Alley, just so you guys know. And they're super dope. I'm just telling you, they're super dope. You infuse or tag link your whatnot profile in them. Freaking amazing, right? And just they can have like artsy stuff. They can have your logos. They can have your QR codes. They can like the possibilities are freaking endless. It's just a little inch and a half little art opportunity for pop sockets, and you can appreciate it because it's just stuck on your phone and stuff. And I just freaking love them. I want everybody to make them. Show one. Well, the only one that I have made right now is this one. This was a tester to see. This is an NFC tagged pop socket, and this is a solid piece of wood, and it is finished, so they're all waterproof. Thank you for that, Moody. And but we found out that the NFC tag does go through the. It acts like the wood isn't even there, and so there's these, but there's also I sold the ones that I made that were like. I'll just show these, or I'll show. How could I even show that? I'll just show it like this. I'll show it like this. These, I think, are going to be the next ones. I know there's a glare on there, but these I think are going to be the next ones. Just little artsy things. These two actually are Tam's Creative Journeys. She does like jelly prints and stuff. So those are like extra one of a kind. These are other paper crafty things that I found at the hobby stores, the craft stores. But you can make them out of anything. And so we're gonna have some little pop socket drop at Artisan Alley. We're gonna keep offering those as long as people keep buying them because I think they're super fun. Super duper. Hey, I have a full-time job. Don't think I'd want this as my full-time because it might suck the joy out of it. Hey, Patty, I'm with you. If it is not, the moment it stops becoming fun is the moment to reevaluate, in my view. The moment it stops becoming fun, because if we are the business owner, then whether it is fun, what we create the business, we create the live streams, we create the product lines that we can offer. If it's not fun to us, it is within our power to change it, right? The moment it stops being fun is the moment to take a hard pause and just go, okay, what would make this more fun for yourself personally, for ourselves as sellers, but also knowing that fun is contagious. fun and excitement are contagious. And so if it's not fun for us, it's not going to be fun for viewers. It's not going to be fun for buyers. If we're not excited about a product, we can't expect buyers to be either. And so it's got to be fun. That's got to be like, that's actually like front seat, front seat in our equation, in my opinion. But you know, again, to each their own, because it depends, because we all have different goals, you know. So if we have to make money, um if we're paying our bills with our whatnot, our business might be able to look like, you know, making sure we talk about pie charts. We talk about pie charts, right? Our business hats and our pie chart. If we are paying our bills with our whatnot income, then maybe we have a smaller sliver for what we want, and then we have a larger sliver for the need to do's. But we have to make sure the want to do's is still anchored in there, like, you know, anchored in there. And so, how are you making a pop taco? You know what? Maybe we'll do that in one of the market demos. Maybe we'll do that, a demo of that, because they're really easy. They're really, well, they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy. Oh, I love discounts. That's super funny. I guess technically they're called phone grips. They're technically called phone grips. Pop Socket is the brand of the first one, I think. Kind of like Q-tips or something. It's like a, or Kleenex. It's just like a brand name, but I call them all Pop Sockets. Well, shoot. Um, if anyone's interested, for if there's two notification listings in the auction tab, and then I'll jump back into the thing. One is for live demo. It's got a little flame emoji. If you bookmark that, I'll I try to remember to pin that each time I go to do a demo. And so we'll demo pop sockets one of these times. You can get the notification if you save that, and you can come in and see if we're doing pop sockets if you're interested to see that process. Otherwise, it's going to be wood burning naturally. Uh, but there's also a notification listing in there for Artisan Alley, and that is where the finished pop sockets will be, for like the kickoff shows, the raid shows. And so either one of those, if you save them, then you'll get to see the pop sockets. There, sorry, I gotta scroll forward a little bit. CG, welcome at Country Bougie with the rain. Country Bougie. Did you just go do a quick show and then come right back over here? I love you. Thank you for the tag, D. You know what? Country Bougie, let's do a giveaway in your honor. In your honor. Giftable card, you guys, if anyone's interested. Uh, Thank you card, birthday card, something like that. Just kind of for your emergency stash. Happy Tuesday, CG. I put in actually, this would be the first. We were talking about Raid Train app earlier, and I saw Battle of the Best go up for July, and I was like, okay, let me go put an application in for that. So that'll be the first train I'm applying for on Raid Train app, and then we just posted our first Raid Train as a host on that app. You guys, if anybody D9 out the gate. If anybody's not hopped over there, you can save hosts too. And so CG has all the trains going right. You can go favor CG in the app, and then as soon as her trains go live, it just notifies you. Like, you can get push notifications. It's really freaking cool. It's really cool. Thank you. Yeah, Raid Train app. It's so good. You can, as a host, the fact that you can share the QR code with it's like so good on so many levels. But yeah, and I know, like, so just because we apply doesn't mean that we're automatically approved. I put a starfish listing up, or a starfish show up, by the way. But you can still go in there and just do searches and like apply for all the ones that you're interested in, and then you're going to get picked for some of them, right? So Battle of the Best is a train that I haven't participated in yet, but it's been on the bucket list. And I was like, I don't really have, like, I need like a something good to bring to it, right? And I'll just, word of caution, if you're going to join trains, you don't necessarily have to win or get down on yourself if you don't win, but do have something that qualifies to some degree if it's like a battle train that you're doing. And so I was holding off for a long time, and then so now it's like, okay, we got some art going, and so we're gonna do it. Kaden, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. So I'm excited about it though. I'm excited. I did a 30-minute quick show. That's what's up. What Liz likes. Hello, hello. Liz, we were talking about you earlier because I got your show notes and I didn't realize that I was called out in it. And I was like, oh dang. I got them right here. And I think this is so clever for your rewatch. So clever. Do you have the NFC tags in the shop? I don't, but I should put them in there, Moody. Let me write that down. I should do that, shouldn't I? I should. Everybody that does arts and handmade should be dabbling with NFC tags. NFC tags, and they could ship PWE also. That's good stuff. Country Bougie, if you have stuff coming up, please do share. Also, please do share. Titus said, oh, I'm breaking my kid's flower. Oh, Whatnot has given me the drive to get back in the forge, even though it gets up 115 degrees in there after early morning. You know what? I love to hear that. I truly love to hear that. It is, I say for arts and handmade folks, I know it's not like you don't come onto the platform and then sales just magically appear. It is work. Arts and handmade came a little later. Whatnot started with like the Funkos and the cards and stuff like this. But it is of my biased opinion that arts and handmade is really an ideal platform. Whatnot is an ideal platform for arts and handmade sellers. It's just in the baby phases, and so in my view, get get yourself anchored in and just show up at whatever frequency you can, because it would be really crappy to be sitting here 5, 10 years from now and then see the success because it's coming, and then be like, oh, I could have been a part of that, but now I'd be starting from the ground floor. You know what I mean? And so just hop in, build community, get your footing, start building your reputation. Appreciate the sales when they're there, but just like get established, and you'll be positioned very well for as it grows, as the platform grows. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Willie Nelson. Speaking of Tiny the artist, I need to, you guys, I'm getting all over the place. Let me do the do's and don'ts. Let me do the do's and don'ts. Willie Nelson is going to be for auction at $1. I think $1 start with Tiny the artist for the Russell Family Farm Center, Russell Farm Center auction. Tiny the artist is like onboarding all these artists and whatnot, which is, case in point, like it's growing, artists are coming. And so anchor yourselves in there. Tober, I'm gonna send you NFC tags. I'm gonna send you NFC tags. I don't think I've sent them to you yet. Heck yeah. I don't know what we do, like crochet with them, but there's gotta be something. Gotta be something. They're gonna come. They're gonna come. So have fun dabbling. I think that all artsy folks should be dabbling with them. I'm just saying. Country Bougie is in the Spaced Out Art Ray Train Friday. Is that with Mama Z? Because I feel like I was seeing the lineup for that, and I was like, that's going to be a really good time. And Tober's in it also. You guys, Friday, Spaced Out Art Ray Train. Ray trains that have really good lineups, just like when Tober and Lost Mermaid Gifts and Sassy Goat did the It's All Greek to Me. The lineup is what makes the train. Like the lineup makes the train. Yeah, and Mama Z is a good old time too. So you guys, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Arts and Handmade will go a long way thanks to what. Oh yeah, yes, yes, 100%. And that's why part of the thing is when I see artists and stuff struggling, I'm like, yeah, but you can't quit though. Like you can suck for a couple years, but you can't quit, right? Because then you're gonna miss the boat. Stay on the boat so that when it undocks, like you're on it, right? Don't leave, because it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Skipper Miller got an anchor show. That's what's up. That's what's up. A little bit rigged. Part of being an artist, this is true. This is true. Ask me how I know, dude. It took me 4 years to land on a whole process for original art. 4 freaking years. And I was like, it's going to come eventually. We're here now. We made it though. We're fine. Okay, do's and don'ts. Let me run through these real quick. So got about 10 minutes left. And if anyone's new here, we take the scenic route. That is just how it goes sometimes. And so some of these things were shared. We were technically talking about profile bios today, and so which there's a short version on YouTube. Either case, we shared some already in the chat, but for do not, I just put the one main thing, which is TMI. Just don't do too much information, be it too long, too personal, too unrelated to business, to anything. Just scanning our bio, like write it and then read through it with different lenses on. And one of those lenses has to be, if we've never met before, what does this communicate? Like that lens. And then for do, and that kind of encompasses like most of the things. And then for do, I'm going to buzz through these because otherwise I'll squirrel again. So do be concise. Do utilize bullets when applicable. Do brand where possible. Brand where possible. I think this one gets uh, skipped over a lot. There's opportunity here. With branding, I see it utilized most commonly with emojis. Like if we have certain emojis, make sure they're in your profile, right? So then when people see those in chat, they're like, oh, I recognize who that is, right? Emojis, but any kind of branding, be it like a catchphrase, things that are in, chat quotes can be branding type of things. Uh, anything that can communicate vibe, I'll put it like that, but like brand, make sure some kind of branding's in there. Sprinkle personality in there where possible, which I'm still working on this part, sprinkling in personality, because the last thing is aim for connection and review profile for a connection. Because again, I'll read the quote. Our bios are for marketing, right? They're marketing and they're fishing. This is our fishing pool of getting people into our shows, right? We don't need to tell them everything, but we got to tell them just enough to like hook, line, and sinker them into our shows. So they're a marketing tool to get people into our shows. So quote, the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like connection. And so once we've edited our bio, going back through and looking at does this connect and with who on what level? Like, is there any? So, vibe is a connection opportunity. Location, sharing where we're at is connection opportunity. Having wording with sharing what we sell is a connection opportunity. Like how we paint the picture of what it is that we sell can connect with the right buyers. Since I just saw what Liz likes in here, I can use soap as an example. There's a whole bunch of different soap sellers. If every single soap seller said, I sell soap, then that doesn't connect in a way that if someone said, I sell 30 different, I want to say flavors, but they're not flavors, scent fragrances of soaps versus I specialize in tallow based soaps versus I sell handmade kitchen and hand soap and or guest soaps, or I sell decorative soaps for like all occasions. Or there's soaps are not created equal, just like candles are not created equal, just like wood burning is not created equal. Everything is not equal. So if we say I sell soap, that doesn't paint a picture. There's opportunity for connection. And well, what kind? What about it? So that's what I mean. So little opportunities for connection sprinkled in there, and I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it on the freaking. I was looking at the time and I was like, I'm gonna run out of time for the shortest topic in the world. And so it's not just what we sell. It's like selling it in our bio to whatever degree. And so that's what I got. That's what I got for there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's the long and the short of it. So you guys make sure we're following Relic. one show, first show scheduled. Make sure to follow and bookmark and relic so we can go say hello. Go say hello. Um, since we got like 5 minutes, what do you guys have coming up? What do you guys have coming up? We've seen Country Bougie. It's a Space Out Raid Train this Friday. I know Lilac Bloom has the Coastals Creations Raid Train. I think it's Friday also, maybe Thursday. I think it's Friday also. That's going to be good stuff. Yeah, 7-3. Thank you. Thank you for the purchase. Thank you for the purchase. And so wording can differentiate. Yes, choice words. Is it is it is it I want to say so if it's soap, just as an easy example, is it $5 soap or is it $15 soap? And if it's $5, what words would we use? If it's $15, what words would we use? Words matter. They simply do. They communicate different things. And it's less about what it is, but it's more about, again, connecting with the right buyers. There's buyers for everything, and there's buyers looking for what they want. And so it's our job as a seller to word things in a way and present things in a way that they can go, aha, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. So, heck yeah. It is raid train season. It is raid train season. Tonight is the Resonators Fantasy Train. Heck yeah. You know what? I just got a package from one of the Resonators. I'd have to go look at the name again. I think it was Art by something. And it was like some of the Resin-Crete. Oh my gosh. If anyone hasn't, I have to go put a review in and make sure I am doing it right. But if anyone hasn't seen like the resin Crete work, it's like the smoothest, coolest. It's really, really cool. And I was like, I have to see what this is like in person. And it does not disappoint. It's very good. Sassy vintage chick. How you doing? How you doing? So there's a few. So Coastal Creation Train is going to be a popular thing. Oh, and your first raid train, Patty. That's so exciting. Excited to see what everyone has made. That is super exciting. Let me go bookmark. You're gonna do great. Getting your first, you're gonna be so happy when you get your first raid train in the books. It's almost like you graduated. It's like you kind of are initiated into the club, into the raid train club, kind of a thing. That's super exciting. Let me just bookmark that whole train. But you know what? It can take, if you're nervous, it's because you care, right? It can take a few raid trains, sometimes a lot of raid trains to actually be like comfortable in them. I don't know what it is. Raid trains just have that phenomenon where you just like, I don't know, because it's not your regular shows. It's like kind of you're off. Even if you've been live a number of times, it still takes you off your kilter a little bit. And so definitely don't feel like you're alone in that. That's like just a thing. But you just, um, if we're being honest, most raid trains are centered on like promotion, more so than sales. And so those who go in with that mindset of like, I'm here to, again, connect, I'm here to connect, someone in this room may be my future buyer. So that's, I'm just here for the numbers game. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to show my stuff. And so that whoever is in the room who may be my future buyer, I'm talking to them, right? It's not like if we go in like, I want to sell 10 things, that's like hard. But if we're just going in with, I'm going to introduce myself, properly introduce myself and my products, then it's hard to be unsuccessful in that. And so, uh, Mon. Ooh, thanks for the hearts, you guys. Monroe. Monroy and Son. Monroy. It's like I swear I'm reading that wrong. Monroy and Son. Singles, welcome in. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just go in and have fun and connect. That's it. And that's it. That said, if it is like a sales train, like a competition train or a rapid fire auction train, like if there are some trains that auctions are the goal, um, you just do your best. Load your shop, read the rules over multiple times to make sure you're squared away there. Have a little sticky note next to your phone or whatever if there's like certain things you're not supposed to forget. And then you just do the best you can, and those are a little different. Those come with a different kind of pressure because they are sales based. But if you sign up for them, then that's what you're signing up for. So, but either way, it's fine. After Liz described her soap, I needed a cigarette. Titus, dude, I'm telling you, I was telling Liz, I make my own soap, and she still got me to buy hers. I went in there a couple times. I was like, I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't spend that much money on whatnot. I was like, I don't need to. And then eventually I was like, damn it, Liz. Or I'm sorry, dang it. I was like, she got me. I'm sold. I'm sold. Give me that soap. Yeah, that's like the exact wrong name to pair with that. Exact wrong name to pair with that. Anywho, you guys, I think it is that time. It is that time. I think we're gonna cap it here. Let me see if there is somewhere specific I would love to send you guys. It really is. It really is. And again, there's different stuff for different people. I have bought soap from a couple different sellers on here, and they're each awesome in their own right. There's really no two that are the same. Maybe four different soap sellers on here, and each of the four of them have totally different, like, I would be able to blind test and know whose they were. They're just totally different. And so it just really is up to, depends on what you're looking for. Just depends on what you're looking for. Okay. My girl's on, so I know where we're going. You guys, highly recommend. Just try them all. Try them all. They're all fantastic. Shop handmade, all that good stuff. We were just talking about this earlier, and this starts tomorrow. We're just gonna abruptly end, okay? We're gonna abruptly just cut her off. Uh, hashtag schedule, right? 2 hours. Sometimes I do better than other times of sticking to it, but um, the Flamingo Bingo Challenge starts tomorrow. And so Faded is live today. And so we're going over there. She has a listing in her shop. Someone was asking about it earlier. She has a listing in her shop. Pretty Little Omens. You're in for a treat for this raid that we're about to go to. Definitely give a follow when we get there. She also is a woodworker. I think sometimes people forget that. Faded is a woodworker first, okay? And then she's a reseller second, in my view, okay? Um, but she's amazing. And so look in her shop if it's not pinned. There's the bingo card, right? So it starts tomorrow. So have a look, see, and decide if you want to join it. Again, it's not like a high pressure challenge. It's something that even if you have a real busy schedule, you can do it. But it's like community building is the guiding principle for the things that she determined. And so have a look at it, and highly recommend to join it, even if you don't. I mean, bingo, so it's like 5 squares, right? It's not like you have to do the whole thing. So it's fun, I'm telling you, and it does build community just based on what I know and what the things were. And so anyway, you guys, that's where we're going. If you don't want to stick around, now would be the time to hop off. I will leave you with the quote again. And I just really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me on this Tuesday. The quote was to just keep in mind the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like connection. And aside from our profile bios, this can apply to a lot of things that we do. At the end of the day, are we connecting or are we not? Is it built into our strategy or is it not? The more we can be conscious of it, the more we're going to see the results of it when it comes to building our community and our buyer base and all that good stuff. So, you guys, that said, dang, I just realized I had more stuff. We may be here tomorrow for a minute looking at wood. Otherwise, I'm not going to see you guys till next Tuesday because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out and I'm going to be on drugs. So, if I don't see you before next Tuesday, have a fantastic week. And I love you guys for visiting, and I will see you on the flip side.